How's it going, guys? It's Allier here, and we've got another video for you today. Today, we're breaking down the new gun in Apex Legends. Everything we've been doing to this point has been All right, guys. So we're back. Technical difficulties, I'm going to call it. I'm going to say it's because Brady never found the Ark of the Covenant. That's why we're here.
Yeah, this is true.
We got the report back. It never happened. But anyway, so here we are. So we're doing a Fantastic Four fantasy casting here today. We're going to go through each individual character. You'll see some interesting stuff on your screens because, yeah. Anyway, and we're gonna go through some picks. Some of these picks, man, that we made are just so perfect. Like
they really are. And at the end of the video, guys, we're gonna have like a whole lineup set of them, so it'll look nice and clean. But yeah, go ahead, Garrett, start us off.
All right, so we're starting off with the perpetual leader, the founding member of the Fantastic Four, Mr. Reed Richards himself. So yeah, I mean, so let's just go a little bit into Reed Richards. So the big thing with him, I'll get to in a second, but his abilities are listed as genius level intellect. That's huge. You need smart people. Obviously, we got a couple people that are pretty much like that at this point in the MCU, but you could always use more, obviously. Especially when you combine those people together. Look, that's what happened that's how Ultron got made, right? Was a combination of Banner and Stark. So, but anyway, so he's got extreme superhuman elasticity. So yeah, like the Mr. Fantastic thing, the being able to the stretch Armstrong thing. His arms stretch really far. He can stretch really far and stuff with his body. He's got resistance to most physical assaults and electricity. The electricity thing always was fascinating to me. Again, like imagine him fighting Electro. That'd be awesome. But virtual immunity to psychic powers. That's huge, man. Like, especially when you have characters that have like mystical abilities in the MCU. Like I think some of Hela has, I'm assuming they're going to give Hela some kind of magic if they ever bring her back that she can manipulate people and stuff. I don't know. I'm sure they'll do something. But anyway, yeah. So the big thing he's involved with that I wanted to get to, he's associated with a group called the Illuminati. They're kind of like this background group that kind of like makes things happen in the Marvel universe. They're exactly like what you described the Illuminati to be like, if you know the term. But they're like a shadow group that kind of influences things and has Infinity Stones at one point. I don't know if they keep them forever. Obviously, probably not. But they had them at one point. My pick for this casting is Walking Dead's Andrew Lincoln. So. Yeah, I was just combing through some stuff, looking at actors, and I was like, a couple of Walking Dead people popped up for some of these roles, and I was like, this was the one I was like, I can see this, especially with Marvel's digital de-aging technology. You could just, even if you don't think his face looks perfectly like Reed Richards, you could see them changing it and smoothing it out in ways, not making it too smooth, obviously, but making it look more like what you would associate with Reed Richards. And if the performance is good enough, I don't think it'll matter anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll throw to you, Charlie. What do you got?
Yeah, so I had a actor named Matt Bomer here. Bomer, you might have seen him he won a Golden Globe in The Normal Heart. He was a supporting actor. He was in Magic Mike, and I personally know him off of American Horror Story. I believe he did a season or two. And I don't know, just again, I feel like he hits the look. Bomer's in his 40s, I know that. So he's a little older, but he can also have that that dad look, I guess. That's kind of what Reed Richards got, a bit of a dad look, right? So so he kind of hits that. But yeah, man, Bomer's a fantastic actor. I feel like he'd make a good Reed Richards, and he would be a welcome to the MCU for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to look at this. I'm trying to find the reference I was saying for that Infinity stuff. Yeah, right here. Yep. Okay, so they were collecting them. I don't know if they ever had them all. Probably not. I mean, that would be huge for any group to have that. So jumping ship here from Reed Richards, we're going to personally one of my favorite comic book characters, period, that I just, again, like the way they played this character in the original movie, whether you liked it or not, you really identified with the Thing, man. Like he just has that, emotional breakdown in the movies where it's like it gets to him being the Thing, which, obviously it would. I don't know if that's necessarily how he was portrayed in the comics. I don't know for sure, but I mean, I would assume that even if it wasn't originally a thing, like, obviously a lot of comic book heroes were kind of archetypes and not really like human in ways. But maybe that's the way it is now. I don't know. I would have to look into it, obviously. The actor that, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself there. So Yeah, so power set here is skilled street fighting and hand-to-hand combat. Again, that's huge, especially when you have superhuman strength, stamina, and durability, and rock-like skin. That's pretty effective in combat against most, organics in general.
Yeah, true.
But
Organic.
added in some excellent dexterity, being able to move really quickly and elegantly. I'm sure you could teach him like actual martial arts. Yeah, and then the above average reflexes, which again, all this coupled together and enhanced lung capacity. Imagine you have the perfect fighter basically, and then you add rock like skin to that and superhuman strength.
Yeah.
The perfect street fighter, I should say. There's probably fighters that if you did this also too, like if you gave, I don't know, Shang-Chi or Iron Fist this also, they'd probably be like even more effective because of the fighting. But like at the same time, yeah. So the actor that I chose for this, and this was so sudden that this shifted for me. But we saw this, and it just made so much sense the more I thought about this. Terry Crews. Now, there's some fan support for this. There's not just one person saying this. This is something that's been stirring up. And honestly, every time I look at the comparison, I'm like, you know what? I see it. I absolutely see it. And I would absolutely love to see Terry Crews take on this role. So, Charlie, who do you got for Ben Grimm?
Yeah, Terry Crews would be fantastic. Pun intended. I got a man that only believes in hustle, loyalty, respect. That's 2017 Kids' Choice Award winner John Cena. You might know him from the world famous The Marine. No, who are we kidding? Yeah, the wrestler, of course.
I know him from Bumblebee.
Yeah, Bumblebee. Yeah, the wrestler, of course. But yeah, guys, us being the Squadcast. But no, in all seriousness, John Cena's been gaining some steam with acting, and it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that he could land a gig like this.
Oh, absolutely. He almost kind of fits the mold of the MCU perfectly because I assume wrestlers, Batista talks about they just had him doing stunts, I think, because they just thought he knew what he was doing, which fair enough. They know how to fall and stuff like that, which is a lot of what stunt performers do. But like, there's some things that stunt performers do that I assume that a professional wrestler isn't trained for, but they can still do a lot of the fighting. Like, that's the cool thing about a pro wrestler. They've spent their lives, doing essentially combat sequences like what you would do. It's like the transition from a theater actor, like a live theater actor, to a movie star. It's just you're taking that fighting style and adapting it. Because let's be honest, if Dave Bautista ever hits a Batista bomb as Drax, we're all gonna lose it.
This is true. Yeah, Cena'd be good. He also adds that little goofiness that Ben Grimm the Thing has. So it's like, yeah, Cena and Terry Crews, a very fun choices. I would say.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily have to make the character goofy. You could just, I think any character in the MCU has to have at least a little bit of comedic edge to them at this point, because otherwise they just don't fit in with the group. It's like all of them are like heroes that basically crack jokes, and that's fun, like every one of them is just constantly giving each other crap. Like, it's my favorite scene of Age of Ultron is the opening scene where it's like language, and then everyone gives Cap crap for the rest of the movie about it, So yeah, so. Moving down our lists here, I actually, really quickly, we'll do something really quickly. But so this next character, this is an essential, not just Fantastic Four villain, but an essential villain, period, in Marvel. Essential to a lot of massive arcs that probably are going to play into the movies at one point or another, especially after Endgame. This Doctor Doom. So, Doctor Doom is like. Victor Von Doom is one of my favorite comic book characters of all time for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Mainly because a lot of people don't know this, but he's not just like a super smart guy. He has like the same type of powers. Sorry about the buzz on the phone there. He has the same type of powers as Doctor Strange, except he's a stronger magician. He's a stronger sorcerer. Like, he is strong enough, as is Doctor Strange, to collect all the mystic power in the universe. Like, he could do that. Like, that's the thing that is theorized by the sort of cosmic entities, is that these characters could collect all of the mystical power in the universe by killing all the other wizards, I guess, and then siphoning it off of them, and then become as strong as like a Galactus or something like that, essentially, and be not challengeable except by a character called the One Above All, who's essentially like, this is the most powerful thing in the Marvel universe. Essentially, the Marvel Universe is God, although that's not a good way to describe it. But if you want to think about it that way, that's a good way to think about it.
That's true.
Yeah, people are gonna rip me for that one. But yeah, associations with characters like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, the X-Men, and the Avengers. Dude, you can literally have him in anything. And I love my pick for this. This actor is just so perfect, and he can embody a bad guy so well. Um, Joaquin Phoenix, man, I'm just so. As soon as I saw again, it was another one. I was scrolling through potential ones, and it just clicked in my head. I was like, that's the one that I want right there, And here's the thing, man. If you look at Doom's like got a mask, but the mask is just the facade over which the actual character of Victor Von Doom resides. So yeah, let's just go down this power abilities list. It's ridiculous. Another genius level intellect, so he's as smart, if not smarter, than Reed Richards. By the way, in comics, he's smarter than Reed Richards. So technopathy, so I believe that's the ability to control like technology with your mind and stuff, and like magic and stuff. Energy absorption and projection, mind transference, and demonic summoning via dark mysticism, sorcery. He's got armor that grants him superhuman strength and durability, gauntlet lasers, and force blasts. So he's a Jedi. No, flight via rocket boots, a force field generation, various high-tech weapons and gadgets. So, and the Doom bots. Have you ever heard of a Doom bot, Charlie?
Actually, I have not.
So they're robots that are his likeness, and they, a lot of times when they think they killed Doctor Doom in the comics, just a Doom bot. Anyway, or maybe not in the comics, definitely in the shows, there was Doom bots. Yeah, it's a thing. I don't think they'll actually do a Doom bot. It might be kind of funny if he just had a robot that was like Doom bot on the side or something. But just like a reference, that'd be great. But like, yeah, I mean, or that honestly, if you play that right in a movie, that could work. I mean, as like a thing, it would only work once, but you could do it. All right, I'll throw it to you, Charlie. Who do you got for Victor Von Doom?
Yeah, man. I got Oscar Isaac, who's a man who's been catching a lot of steam lately. He's another Golden Globe winner, and
deservedly.
Yeah, exactly. He's currently already signed to Disney with the Star Wars movies. He made an appearance in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I guess is kind of like one of those.
I didn't even know that. That's huge.
Yeah, so clearly he's involved with Disney, and I don't know, when I look at Oscar Isaac, and I think
shows that he's interested in Marvel comic properties, which they'll see. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Anyway, continue.
No, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I really feel like he'd be a great fit for them. And it looks like he was in an X-Men movie as kind of like one of the side things, maybe. I don't.
Okay, let me look that up. While I'm
looking, he was Apocalypse, so he actually wasn't a side thing.
Oh, he played Apocalypse in either
Apocalypse
and X-Men. Oh, so is that? Oh, okay, interesting. So, I should have known that probably. Yeah, I do remember that. Wow, that was a long time ago. But anyway, and it probably wasn't. It was probably like 2 years ago or something. But anyway, no, but yeah, I mean, hey, might as well.
Already being involved in stuff like that, yeah. I mean, there's, reprising the roles is not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, it wouldn't be in that role.
Apocalypse? I mean, that would be interesting.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it wouldn't be Apocalypse, but
that would be interesting. No, but yeah, so yeah, I mean, the funny thing about that is, these characters all have been like, done a lot of times. And some of them have been done well, and some of them have been done poorly. And you give these actors a chance, and they will actually do something amazing. And I think that's what the MCU kind of proves, as well as does Wonder Woman and Aquaman. I mean, all those great movies. They were made with care. The Dark Knight and Iron Man. The reason why they were so successful was because they were made for comic fans. I mean, even if they changed some things, it was for the benefit of the movie, not for not like being disrespectful of the comics, and people can tell the difference,
Yeah.
So I'll move on from that little tangent there. We'll go into Susan Storm here. So the Invisible Woman is a really interesting character because her brother is obviously obviously Johnny Storm. They have the same last name. And she has a really interesting power set. So obviously she can turn invisible. She can project her invincibility like on other people. So that's like stealth. Like if you wanted to stealth people, I'm not sure if she can do both at the same time. I gotta imagine, right? Especially after she got more powerful. But so like invisible force shields. again, like imagine you're in a battle and like a missile gets launched at you, and then like you just are standing there and they're like, why are you not moving? What are you doing? What are you doing? And then it blows up on the outside of the fortress. I mean, that's just a cool scene. You know what I mean? Which bestows the ability to generate projective invisible shields and invisible energy constructs, as well as the power to control and manipulate objects. Wow. Wow. That's
So she's a
I'm
10.
gonna yeah, I'm essentially yeah. I'm gonna yeah, this is your this is the character that takes all the damage. This is your Bangalore. No, but yeah, I mean like for sure. That's an interesting power set for sure. I mean, all over the time it's been portrayed by Jessica Alba and Kate Mara. I mean, it you could always see one of those people coming back, but I would like to try and see. I imagine they're going to cast new as they have done with other characters. Like they didn't bring in Andrew Garfield into the MCU. They didn't do that. They recast Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So probably what they're going to do here. And that's why I chose Eliza Coop or Koo. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. I'm guessing it's Coop, but I don't know. So yeah, I mean, it was one of those ones where I looked at like three faces, and this was the one that I looked at that I immediately within three, like looking at three different people, I was like, that right there is Susan Storm to me. I mean, it's when you see on screen, you'll see what I'm saying. I mean, it's amazing. The likeness is insane, especially when you put it up next to a comic panel that I'm looking at actually right now that I think I'm going to pull for this. That looks exactly like this person that I'm talking about. So, Charlie, who do you have for Susan Storm?
Yeah, so for Susan Storm, I picked someone who doesn't look exactly like her, but in my head, I feel like they're kind of, I feel like they're changing around some of these characters.
It's not necessary because I don't think everybody looks like necessarily every character. You don't have to have that. This is just what I was going for in a lot of my picks.
No, yeah, and I also, so I picked Shay Mitchell here. You might know her from Pretty Little Liars or one of the new big Netflix series called You. So, but yeah, she's really good at acting. I feel like she could portray Susan as, where she's older than Johnny, and but she's not like, I don't know, like a mom old, I guess. It's like kind of like that, that like later 20s. But I feel like Shay would kill it in this role, and she is like, she looks like a girl that kicks a lot of ass. I feel like that's a nice touch to have for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we already talked about him a little bit. We'll move on to Johnny Storm here. I was just looking at really quickly at Eliza Koo. I was just look at what she's been in. So it doesn't look like any of these kinds of movies she does are necessarily like action movies, but you don't typecast anybody. Andrew Tribeca, that's a pretty decently sized TV show. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through more of this. Quantico, anyway, Wrecked, stuff like that. Cool stuff. So where's my? Here we go. Sorry, I can find my article. All right, so yeah, I'm literally only just looking at this, by the way, just so I can look at the power sets because they've had lots of different stuff over the years, and I want to talk about all of it because it's so crazy. So the Human Torch is again one of my personal favorite comic book characters, introduced in 1961, Fantastic Four #1, as were obviously the whole team, but or maybe they weren't. That would be cool if they actually weren't. But pyrokinesis is one of the coolest powers you can have. Shooting fire and being like having a fiery form that enables flight. What? And also protects you from being hit. What?
Yeah.
You can also absorb heat and resist extreme heat. So like, let's say there was like, I don't know, somebody that was being like burned alive or something like that. And like they were like being surrounded by fire, and it was slowly, getting to them, and eventually they were like cornered and they're about to be burned to death. He could fly in there and like I assume I don't know if he could control that fire that's there. I'm assuming so. That makes sense. Pyrokinesis, and then like make them a way out, and then like block the fire with his body physically if he had to, or whatever, to protect them or whatever, or anything. Like imagine if I don't know, someone has the ability to shoot fire as well. Like you could block attacks. You know what I mean? That'd be the really useful stuff. All these characters, by the way, I don't know if you've gotten this through line that I've been showing. They all have different abilities that, when combined together with Reed's intelligence, can do almost anything. That's the through line with this team that I want to hit. Is that these characters are awesome individually and have great powers. That's why they have all such unique power sets and abilities, because without each other, yeah, they'd be really strong individual heroes, and they probably could stand on their own. A lot of them do, and a lot of them are actually way stronger than given credit for until you put him in a certain situation. But yeah, I mean, Johnny Storm, again, this is another one I looked at, and it was just like there was no one else. As soon as I saw this, I had no more consideration to do. Alden Ehrenreich, another person that's in the Star Wars universe that could easily talk or get talked to by Disney, like, hey, Solo didn't really work out. Do you want to go over and do Marvel stuff? Because people didn't. I don't think people on the whole kind of hated his performance in it. I mean, I don't think they were raving about it, but he wasn't trying to do an impression, So, and I think people respected that. But anyway, yeah, Alden has great acting chops, in my opinion. He can do this for sure. And I would absolutely love to see him in that role. I mean, I'm just thinking if I had my actual team of like X-Men together, like standing next to each other, it would look so crazy. But yeah. So who do you got for Johnny Storm, Charlie?
Yeah, I got Dacre Montgomery. You might know him from Stranger Things. He plays Billy in Stranger Things, and he was also in Saban's Power Ranger movie from 2017. But yeah, Dacre had a little viral video last year of his audition for Billy, and people were like, holy crap, though, this kid's actually pretty good at acting. And yeah, he's been killing it on Stranger Things, and with as big as that show is, it's good for him.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about all these characters is you have all of these. I didn't even talk about his signature catchphrase, "Flame on," obviously. But like, by the way, if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you saw the Fantastic Four movies and have read Fantastic Four comics, so I don't need to explain a lot of this stuff to you. But I just need to say that, or I was gonna feel bad. That's like one of my favorite things about the character. Oh yeah, I literally just read something that I was questioning. That's true. Yeah, the controlling nearby fire by sheer force of will. That is so awesome. So like you could probably like contain that fire. That's so crazy. You just suck the fire out of a burning building. That'd be an awesome scene. But anyway, yeah. So interesting side fact. He's also around the same age as Spider-Man. So there you go. So I'm guessing in that case, then Spider-Man must have been older in the comics than he's portrayed in Homecoming, perhaps. Although we could be getting interested when he's younger, so who knows? Anyway,
yeah, maybe they'll go young with Johnny Storm.
You could go young with Johnny Storm. That's why I think Alden Ehrenreich, man, he's young enough, man, to do that if that's what you really try to do. And he's not. I don't know how much older he's probably. I'm guessing 5, maybe 6, 7 years older than Tom Holland. So I mean, that sounds accurate. But anyway, so yeah, so we'll just go through our lists again. Really quickly, and and we'll throw up some graphics of the whole team put together side by side. So for me, I had Reed Richards as Andrew Lincoln. I had Ben Grimm as Terry Crews. I had Dr. Doom as Joaquin Phoenix. I had Susan Storm as Eliza Koo, and I had Johnny Storm as Alden Ehrenreich. So that's my team, Charlie.
Yeah, they look all pretty together like that. And my team here. So yeah, we have Matt Bomer as Reed Richards, Shay Mitchell as Susan Storm, Dacre Montgomery as Johnny Storm, John Cena as the Thing, and Oscar Isaac as the Dr. Doom. And yeah, man, I really like our picks here. I think if either of our guys got Dr. Doom, that would be just awesome.
Oh, those are the two cinches. And then, like, honestly, my Alden pick, that's like a sleeper, dude. If that one happened,
it'd be awesome. It'd truly be awesome. But yeah, guys.
Okay. Actually, hold on. I want to talk about this thing that just happened in our chat really quickly because that's really funny. I'm not going to say who. We have a friend just sent us something. There was a joke that was put out by a Marvel page called Marvelous Facts. Oh man, I just gave them advertisement. Sorry, but anyway, and they put out a thing that said Avengers Endgame will have no post credit scene on April Fool. So that's a great joke. I just want to shout them out for that really quickly. That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's I can't even keep my composure after that. That's amazing. But anyway, that happened live while we were recording this. I'm keeping this in. So So yeah, so for sure, you know, make sure you guys, if you want to see more stuff like this, wait, did you go through your list? You went through your list, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. Yeah, so yeah, make sure you guys you know, stick around, go check out that other video I told you about where we talked about all the Eternals news and stuff like that that just came out recently. And if you haven't already, go back and check out our Captain Marvel review if you want to see what we thought about that movie. And you know, make sure you guys comment on the video if you have like your own thoughts on who you would want to be cast in the MCU, and make sure you like the video and subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we're gonna go live. And yeah, and we'll see you all next time, brother.